All right, cool. Okay, Great British Pound NZD on the weekly time frame. So we have to start on a higher time frame to see where the bias is for the pair. We see on a higher time frame that we have this level here of resistance, and we have like a kind of level of support here. We have a trend line here. Yeah, so Great British Pound NZD, I don't think it's going to be the best to trade on a higher time frame for a while, because I think we have to wait for price to get to this level of resistance. Once price gets to this level of resistance on the weekly time frame, then we'd expect a pullback, and then we might, because we won't have as much liquidity coming into the summer as traders stop trading. And then throughout the year, moving around, and then it will break through, and then that's the breakthrough that you want to get. But right now, within this range, you can trade it, but it's not the best to trade it. So like now, if we go and see the recent bars, we can see that price couldn't break through this level, but it stepped in the market at a level of resistance that was broken here. Once this level of resistance was broken, price pulled back, retested this level of resistance, gained liquidity, volume. There was a lot of big volume and liquidity. We had to move straight back up quick in the next few weeks. Then we dropped back down, and then we're moving up again. And then we drop back down again to retest the zone that we broke, because this is a zone as well. This is a zone here as well. So price broke this zone, retested this zone. And then now, as you can see, price action, if you're looking at price action, you see that price each week, price is making a higher, lower high, and higher high. You can see this for the close of each weekly wick. And so you can say that this wick will be filled this week. So we could fill this wick this week. And once we know that, we go into the daily time frame and see how this could happen. We go to the daily time frame, we see the higher lows and higher highs clear. Yeah, so we can see that we have a channel going on right now. And then once we come back to this level, it'd be fine to take buys. If you want to take buys to this, and then your position would look something like this. Remember, this is a weekly, this is daily, this is the higher time frame. This is a higher time frame trade. So 230 pip stop for about 950 pips. It's not bad. But let's go into the lower time frame so we can get more not as long trades that won't take as long. So as we identified in the higher time frame, we want price to come down to this level before we go higher. So we use that to our advantage and see where price could retrace to go down, and we could get entry there to go lower, and then that could be our lower time frame trade. And then when price gets to this level, we can take a higher time frame trade back up. Or that could last however long. So say here, we have a level here, this band here. So what will probably happen on the 4 hour, because we're on the 4 hour here, price will maybe start to fake and look like it's dropping, and then price will move up from a news release, and then right after news release we get a dump, is where we dump, and then this is where price goes down, and then on the higher time frame, this is where you want to take buys. So the sell would look something like that. And this is the more probable trade that you could take. As in, if this sets up this week, you can take this week. Maybe 65 pips stop loss, just in case above this level. And you can't account in for any wicks as well. So the risk to rewards, but if ideally if we enter here, we should get no drawdown. But that's just the stop loss, just in case. And yeah, so if price action starts to be bullish from here, we won't look to sell. But if price holds, drops down, retest, and goes lower, then we'll look to sell. I think this would be very nice sells down before the long-term buy. So that's the buys for Great British Pound NZD. If we do go higher, the only time I'd consider looking for longs is if we break this level here. If we do break that level, then we'll start to look for higher prices and disregard this channel we have created. Yeah. So that's Great British Pound NZD. Let's do Great British Pound JPY now. Great British Pound JPY. This is the monthly graph for Great British Pound JPY. As you can see, impulse, bullish move, impulse move back, bullish again, making a higher high, and then changing market structure completely where the pound just fell off and starting to recover. Then it fell off again, and it's looking like it wants to. It right now it's trying to recover again, but this could just be a liquidity trend line. The liquidity move back up before we go even lower and more sellers enter the market. So we have to be careful. So we do have a trend line here that we could draw, but we have a zone here as well. So we could, this is why we could say that the pound yen is bullish. However, if we see the price action of Great British Pound JPY, we also have a trend line here. Yeah. So if we see the price action for Great British Pound JPY, we can see that price is broke market structure from the down moves. So and then retest the zone that it broke, and then went up again, retest the zone, went up again, retest the zone. So this could, you can say that this could be just the next move up. So prices pulled up, went down, pull up, pull back to get more sellers in the market, and then go higher. But so one could argue that this could be a break in trend line. So because we have a trend line here. So we have a touch there, touch there. We could even make this. Yeah. So you can say this was a break, retest, and then now we're gonna start to drop lower. Or the other scenario, which we said this could just be the pullback, and this is totally invalid. And then we could also draw the trend line like this. So at the end of the day, it depends how you draw your trend line. Well, if you draw it like that, you don't really get this one. If you draw it like that, you get that one in. But yeah. Point is, it's 50-50 until this zone is broken. So until, like, we can say this is the monthly chart, and the monthly chart ends today, and if this monthly chart closes like this, then that wouldn't be looking for shorts anymore, because this price action suggests to me that the next bar will fill this wick. So it won't suggest to me that we have any down movement. But as you can see, every time we start a bar, we usually get a little wick down. So maybe you wait for the wick down before you get your buy entry to go higher to this level. So yeah, for me, I'm not bearish. I'm not fully bullish yet. I'm bearish if we break this. If we hold that level, then we'll start looking for buys in the lower time frame. Yeah. So let's go to the daily. All right, so we said if we break 146, if we break around 146, so we have to see, is this the, okay, if we go on the daily time frame, we can see that trend line broke, and if this is valid, then we would just come back for a retest and then go lower. So this may come into play if that happens. If not, then we would completely ignore this trend line here, and then price will just start to go higher from here, because this is a very valid place to take a buy, because you've broken the zone, retested the zone, you've created a channel. You probably see that in the lower time frame bar. Go into the lower time frame, create a channel. Yeah. Yeah, that's the channel. It created a channel, and it's gonna go up. So you can see on the 4-hour broken zone, retested it channel. We're gonna go. It's gonna consolidate here, and then just fly back up. Depending on how we go, if we break this channel, that will depend on if we're gonna go higher. But yeah, it's not a bad buy. Not a bad buy at all. I'd put targets there. Maybe 60 pips stop for this one, just to cover this area here. So we've covered this area, that's our entry, and cover our next area here. And if it goes this deep, then that's too deep into the next band, and then we should be out because we're going lower than that. But if we do drop to this level, it's still valid. So yeah, if we have a 60 pips stop loss, that's a nice trade. Okay, that's Great British Pound JPY. Great British Pound NZD. Right, Great British Pound AED. Same setup as Great British Pound JPY. So we've had a channel. We're consolidating here. Price is waiting for more people to enter the market, buyers and sellers. The next support area, the next resistance is around 1.862. That's where I want to see a reversal. That's where I want to take a sell. From this point, we want to see how we're going to get to that level, because we are looking for that level. Right now, we're in the channel. Last week, we took a sell. We have a long-term buy here. I don't know if anyone's still holding this. This was last week's channel trade. Now we're looking for buys back up, just simply because we're in the channel. And if it respects the channel, then it respects this. And it's a very simple way of trading. You enter want your lot loss. If you want a small stop loss, about 50 pips, 50 pips stop loss for, you'd look for your first take profit to be 230 pips. You look for your first targets to be in the range, so you take some profits, and then you'd want to see if it breaks the range or if it goes down more, and then you can have another breakout entry. Once we break the triple formation. So if it comes up, breaks, retests, then you'd want to take your buy there. That. And then we'd want to take a sell down. And that's Great British Pound AUD. That's the plan for Great British Pound AUD. The time you could look for sells is if we break the channel. Simply, if it disrespects the channel, then the channel is no longer valid. You'd wait for a retest of the channel, and then you'd want to take a sell to the next level of support, which is this very strong level of support that price found it very hard to break. Or something like that before you look for your buy. So that's Great British Pound AUD coming into this week. The buys. All right. Great British Pound USD. Let's see on the higher time frame. This is the weekly time frame. We saw that we've broken through this huge level of resistance. We've broken through it. We're coming to retest it now, and we may go higher from this level here. So we've had such an impulse move up. This may be just the correction move before we go even higher and more people get into the market. We might we have nice buys here because we're following a trend line on the weekly time frame. We're following the trend line. This is a higher low for Great British Pound USD on the weekly. This is a very strong zone of support now. We've broken through it and solidified that as support. This is a huge level of support, so we can see price move very quickly to the upside. I'd expect looking for 1,000 pips. This is the weekly time frame, so this won't happen. Like this will take months to happen, 6-7 months. But that's a nice swing trade, a nice quality swing trade you would take. Is that nice swing? That is very nice. And it have small stops as well. So, if you want to enter this, let me give you. Sorry. Remember, this is the weekly time frame. You can actually have a good stop. 100 pip stop for 1,000 pips is good. Let's go to the. Now we've seen the bias. Let's go to the weekly, daily time frame. Let's go into the lower time frames. We can fix this channel a bit. 100 pips stop loss would completely invalidate the trade, which is good, but 100 pips stop loss is a lot. That'd be a nice swing that you could take, I guess. Let's go British pound USD. Well, we're gonna be entering these throughout the week, depending on how price action is. Great British pound CAD. Weekly time frame, same scenario. We've broken through strong level of resistance. We're retesting it now. We're on a third touch of a trend line, which is all right. We could now just get a one weekly candle that covers the last month's trading, which could make sense. Yeah, so we could get one in a couple weeks. Would make sense. Then I would look for this zone to be taken out. If this zone is taken out, then I want to take buys. So if price action is good in a lower time frame here, buys, and then if we break the zone, buys again. If we're going lower, then price needs to break this zone and break the trend line cleanly with a daily or weekly close under the trend line. So this week I'd look for buys mostly, so I'd have a more bullish bias. But if you go into the lower time frame, let's see what we can find. Yeah, we have strong bearish momentum, so it's dangerous to enter sales right now. This momentum we might have the impulse move up might happen very quickly, so it's also good to be in the trade. A stop loss would be too big. Let's see. $178 pips stop loss for 700 pips. That's all right. It's not that bad. All right. That's the weekly. So let's go into the daily to see if we can get a trade out of this week. I mean, all right. So clearly we have a channel coming down like that. We also have another channel. Let's go into the 4 hour. See if we can draw this channel any better. Yeah. So we've broken the channel to the downside. So price needs to either break this trend line, retest this so we can take sells, or price needs to move up and break this whole channel upwards, so break the market structure of the top trend line as well. So it needs to break through, and once it breaks through, we would wait for a retest of the trend line. So maybe we would wait for it to come back into the support zone, and then take buys to go higher. So right now, it's not good to do anything until we get a confirmation of where the direction of price is moving, where price is going, and where we could pick up price and trade price. This is just the 4 hours, so this could happen this week, and we could get confirmation this week to tell us where we're going to move next. And so we could trade this week, depending on how it happens. Let's see what happens. I like this setup for Great British Pound CAD. Anyway, all right, so that's all the pound pairs. Let's do the euros next. All right, so this is Euro AUD. This is Euro AUD. Um, this is the weekly time frame. We are also in a channel we are traveling in a channel. Sorry. Um, Price makes higher highs, and we're looking for the next higher high. We want to put areas of resistance to tell us where the next higher high could be. And we want to look for entries to get towards the higher high in the lower time frame to get to where we want to get to. So, so yeah, okay. Let's go into the daily time frame. Let's draw our trend line. These days, you can't rely on trend lines because trend lines have been used for years and years since the market opened. You can't use the same thing that everyone uses. You have to look at price, and you have to be able to read price like other people can't read price. You have to read price how price is supposed to be read. That's the only time you'll be different and not just use trend lines to tell you when to buy. These are just each zone that price is breaking each time. Where price is making higher highs. I mean, where price is making higher lows each time. Okay, so price is simply this is basically the stairs for price. So the next stair you wait for. You wait for the next leg up. This is how you trade these ones. And this is daily time frame, so you're getting good amount of pips. And you can go into the lower time frame to get your entries even better. So this is daily time frame. Now we're looking for the dip. We wanna see where the dip will be, so where the retracement will be, so we can get an entry to go higher. That's what we're looking at in the higher time frame. So we have to go into the lower time frame and get what we want. So get the information that we want. So you can see that we had a trend line here. Price broke it. Prices has a trend line moving up as well. Let's just use these 2 points. It's more important. So this is the dip we had on the lower time frame, on the higher time frame. Sorry. Yeah, so maybe we could expect um, price to come back and then bounce off here to go higher. This is the 4-hour time frame. Or if price comes through this, retest it, then we take shorts down as well. That would be okay to this level here. Or we want to get move up. So I don't know, even this area is good. We delete that trend line. If we delete these, we're just looking for area that price that can come back to into before it goes higher, so we can get entry. We could wait for price fall. That would fall. It might come in like this. Yeah, we just have to see how price develops on this more because we have to see because right now we're just waiting the entry to go long, but we don't wanna enter now because we're gonna have to have a huge stop loss. We want to enter once the market tells us to enter. So if we break this level, if this high, once we retest it, we can enter if we miss the move. And if we don't miss the move and it comes down to say this area or around this area, we can start to look for entries and having our stops in a suitable place as well. So yeah, this is just simple. Zone to zone. Just wait for the zones. Zone to zone. This zone is nice. You need to put this zone. This is all one zone. Yeah. So just wait and see. If it comes to this zone, it might be very nice. Okay, Euro USD 4 hour. Let's go into the weekly quickly. We have this trend line that we dropped off. Price is in a was in bullish momentum, and then it broke through the trend line. So it bounced off it once, twice, 3 times, and then it broke through it. We took a sell here because there was multiple rejections on the daily candle. Price spiked. If we go into the 4 hour, I'll show you. Price had a spike here. If you can see it, this was the spike. Spike tells you that buyers tried to come in, but so much more sellers were in the market. This means price will crash down straight away. USD JPY is in this situation, had this situation last week. We dropped down and price is coming back up now, and then it's going to die. That's how they do it. So many people get out of the market, and then price goes down again. And then that's how they manipulate the markets and manipulate you in so many ways. Anyway, market broke full structure for bullish. There's bullish is out the picture now. We just have to see what zones are important. So here we can say that this zone, if this zone holds, we're going to go higher again. Before we might retrace before we go lower and break the zone. And if we do break the zone, then we can look for the next zone down, which would be like. Yeah. So that's Euro USD, currently 300 pips. So carry on holding that. Euro JPY. Euro JPY. Let's see the weekly. Okay. Euro JPY is a bit weird. On a higher time frame, we have no clear picture. We have a trend line, but we're very far away from it now. You can't take a trade on Euro JPY based on that high time frame, and so it doesn't make that means that it's not a good pair to trade because you should be able to make higher time frame analysis on every pair you're trading. This is so important. All right. This is Euro JPY. All right. So that's respecting. What would we do now if that channel's been respected? You draw a trend line. You'd go into the 4 hour. You'd see the trend line clearer, nice and clear. You can see that market stayed within the channel, broke through your trend line. Now you must wait for a retest back to the trend line or the zone or the channel. So if price comes back now like that, that would be a zone. All three trend lines depending on how we touch. So price comes up very quickly, depends how quickly price comes up. If we come back to if we come up to there, you take shorts and your stop losses could be small because you only have to you put your stop loss above the manipulation wick, which got everyone out. And so you put your stop loss at 50 pips. Not that good, but you put your stop loss at 50 pips and then you could ride this, I don't know, down. Yeah, I like this. I like this trade. All right, that's your JPY. Nice sell this week. Okay, EuroCAD. Same story with EuroCAD, but also in the channel on the daily time frame. Big channel. If we're in an impulse move up right now. Within this channel, we have another channel, and I won't be looking for buys until we come into the next level of support. So once we come into this level, I'll start looking for buys because this level was a level that was previously a very important resistance and the price broke through it. So you have to retest it. If price breaks through this zone, what you could do is wait for it to break it, retest it, and then take a sell down. On a daily time frame, take a couple of weeks, you can take 170 pips. And then from here, you could either you have a trend line down, which I will draw. So you have this trend line down. Once it breaks this trend line, once it breaks the trend line, you know market structure has changed. Start looking for your buy entries and ride it up to 1.65, which is a weekly resistance. Or you can ride it to 1.6 first if you want, and then 1.65 high time frame monthly. Very, very high time frame trades. Let's go into the 4 hour for EuroCAD. So we said, what are we looking for? This is the zone. This is the support zone that we want to see broken. We want to see price. Once price breaks through, we want to have a sell limit ready. Once price breaks through, we want to have a sell limit ready at this price. We're going to have a sell limit ready at this price. We're going to have a stop loss 45 pips, and we're going to have a take profit 135 pips. 1 to 3 will be done in a day. It'll be nice. That'll be a good one. So yeah, let's see. That's EuroCAD. Okay, Euro pound. So Euro pound, we in Euro pound 2 weeks ago. We had a trend line here. This is a trend line that drew before we even hit this point. And then now we're looking for a retest, and then we're looking to go higher. We were in this trade from there. Last week we took a buy from here Some got stopped out for 50 pips, some didn't. It was annoying because it was a long wicks. Some of you got stopped out, some of you didn't. On a weekly time frame, you can see it was beautiful buys. This is where the area of buys. Some people are still in buys. So yeah. Yeah, so we're still in this channel for euro pound. I want to see price come back into the zone properly, and then depending on how price action is, start looking for longs. Start looking for longs to make the higher high at 0.885, and then from there we look at price action to see if this move is going to happen that we predicted from here. So let's see if it's going to finish. So euro pound is that for now looking for buys around there to add to our position. But our current position is 160 pips, which counts as more like 250 pips for euro USD pip value. All right. Euro NZD. We are also in a very good support level. Price broke through strong resistance. Retesting it now. This is also a level that has been retested before we went higher. This is very strong. So you would look for buys. Let's go into the 1 hour. All right, so you'd have a 38 pip stop loss. And then you're looking for the higher high. So you're looking at least down from here. I'd put the final TP there, but I'd put a very important level here. So I'll look at this point as a very important level, right? Which is at 100 pips, I think. Which is 130 pips, which is a very important level because that's a level that you want to get out of this trade. So that's Euro NZD. Okay. Show you another scenario. This is just the. We can say that this is the level of swing high. This move is going to retrace to go even lower. This is the other scenario, and then for this level, look for shorts. Well, if we do get a buy here, once we're in the buy, we'll evaluate taking sells depending on how price action is and the candlestick, how they are here at this level, and how price reacts to this level. If it goes through this level, then we can say that we're looking for our targets and our bullish targets are appropriate. If it drops from this level, then we will start. If we have reversal signals, we'll take a sell from this level as well with a stop loss of like 40 pips, and we will hold our buys. If price goes down, then our sell will be confirmed. Buys will be stopped at break even, and the buys will carry on all the way down. If it was the opposite, then the buys would play out, and the sell will be stopped out, which is the worst case scenario, which is what we don't want, which is the worst case scenario. But we still will be in profit because you're catching 250 pips, but you're only losing. You lost 40, so you're still in 210 pips profit. They always think about it in that way, and it's easier. So yeah, for now, buys, but I want to see how it reacts to this level to see if we're gonna take sells as well. Okay, so that's all the euros pairs. Let's do dollar. All right, so dollar index. I think simply we had a wedge, we had a trend line, we broke through it, making higher lows all the way up. Price just made a higher low. This candlestick pattern does fake, doesn't matter. It's not telling you to sell right now. And on the daily time frame, I think is even more misleading. Yeah, so on the daily time frame, you have this it's a reversal signal, but it doesn't work now. Like price, you have to understand price now. Like before they would work, but now everything's automated. Nothing, those stuff are all like doesn't work anymore. Anyway, if you book this in as a lower high, this is going to go higher. Price is going to break through. Going to get to this next level of resistance. That's where you want to start buying gold and Euro USD, which I will talk about after. And then we might come back to this level and go higher, or we might just drop off from this level for impulse move down before we go back up and continue again. So yeah, this level is important here, but I think this level would be taken out easily. So that's the dollar index on a whole. This is gold. I just want to check. All right. Okay, so this is gold on the daily time frame. Simple. We're at resistance. Price just came down, came burning down. I think we're gonna get to this area here, and this is the area where I will be looking for buys. And I'll look for buys to this level, and then it's time to expect this sell. As I said, the dollar index will pull back a bit. This will mean that we get that move, and then we'll continue the way down we were gonna go. So right now we're in sells for how many pips? It's 370 pips currently gold on a daily time frame. So yeah, it's looking waiting for it. Probably gonna with interest rates and stuff. It's probably gonna continue to drop, and then after all of that, NFP will probably get that reversal that we want, and we will trade it. And if that continues to go up to there, that will continue to drop to there. And then if we sell off from here, then we will sell off. We will buy it from here, sell off, and then oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, that was my accident. If we get to here, then we're gonna drop all the way down, and that's where we expect the dollar to go a lot higher in value. All right, so AUD USD, we had a clean break on the trend line, but we are waiting for a retracement to get into this sell trade. Without a retracement, this is not possible to get into this trade because you're putting yourself under too much risk taking a sell right now, because even though the momentum is bearish, you can't just enter while the trend is set. Like you sell on the reversals from the higher time frame. So if the higher time is going from here to here, it's not going to go down straight away. It's going to go down, pull back, go down, pull back, go down, pull back, and you're trying to get on the pullbacks. Getting in before any pullbacks is too dangerous. That's not trading. We're labeling each pullback, and we are waiting for a pullback. I'd be surprised if we came into this zone. But yeah. we could continue to go down and then pull back. And that would make sense with the dollar index. But this means breaking this level of support, which you will struggle to do. Let's see if we can break it. AUD USD on the daily. No trade, no sell. If we get to these levels, buys, but this is not going to happen anytime soon. So neutral for that. NZD USD. Some guys are in the sell. Some guys are still not in the sell. Where did we even sell from? I think we sold here. But yeah, we fell off a cliff. The next, let's draw a trend lines first. Yeah. We could just wait. We should just we could just wait for price to just literally come into this level of support, and then you can take the trade there. You can buy, but be careful at the zone as well. Yeah, so I want to see. I think this zone is good as well. So yeah, I want to see how price reacts to this zone and this zone to see if we were going to go higher. Because again, this would make sense if we went higher and then made the impulse move even more, but down even more. Because that's what the dollar index is saying. Yeah. So that's as a DUSD. Neutral until we get to the zone, looking for buys. USD CAD. Okay, let's see. USD CAD on a weekly, we're making higher lows, higher high, lower highs. Sorry, we're making lower highs. We price action does suggest that we're going to break the zone because we're making two bullish candles, and the start of this two bullish candles, this week's candle has to break through this level of resistance. This level of resistance is strong because price was in it with it like for 2 months and couldn't break this level. It couldn't break 1.3 for like 2 months. So this level of resistance is very strong, and we dropped through it. And then once we did break through it, we dropped right back down through it. So I think this level is taken out now and it's not resistance anymore. And I think price will manage to break through, and I think we're going to go higher. If you want to wait for confirmation before you take this trade, there are very simple ones you can wait. Break, retest, continuation. Simple. Or buy now. Well, if you buy now, you're buying resistance. So it's dangerous. So if you wait for the break, then you don't have to worry about buying resistance, depending on your trading plan, which I am making a very important document about. Depending on your trading plan, you have to tell you have to understand yourself if you can buy resistance or if you cannot buy resistance. All right, so that's USD CAD and then USD JPY daily. Also, boom. That's what I'm looking for. It's that simple because we broke out the trend. We broke out the daily trend line. If we go into the 4 hour, we can look for entries long, but I would only take entries to go long if we did drop back down to here. If not, then I wouldn't take any entries. I'll just let it ride. Watch it ride. We're in gold cells, so that will ride down for us. Oh yeah. Um, we need drop from here, so we could, yeah. It's gonna be nice. Let's see. So that's USD pairs. What's the last one? Some JPY pairs. So CAD JPY at the daily time frame in coming into a resistance zone. So I want to see whether it breaks or doesn't break the zone. If it breaks this level of resistance, then I'm expecting to enter on the breakout because I'm not expecting resistance. I'm just expecting a pure, nice, clean move up. If not, then I want to wait for a break of this level of support on the daily, which isn't too strong. And I want to see a retest, and then I want to enter a sell there on the retest to the way down to the downside. CAD JPY, we can see that we're making higher lows. We could expect something silly like this. I think that's going to happen for CAD JPY. On the 4 hour, if this does happen, I think it's going to happen on Wednesday. Or your news, maybe tomorrow, I don't know. If it does happen, then we're looking to take buys up. And then, yeah, I think that'd be I think that's a nice area to take buys up. Both CAD JPY. Yeah. So this was a higher time frame. This is the lower time frame. So yeah. So let's see if we can get buys. We want it to break resistance. If not, then we look for sells. But yeah, okay. And the next one is AEDJPY. Same story here. We have a trend line up. We have a zone here. If it breaks this trend line, then I'm looking for a retracement up from this zone. Looking for a move up from this zone. If we don't, then I'm expecting it to abide by this level of support and zone here and move higher. And because this hasn't been moving for long, when it does start to move, it will explode. So here, to be honest, you can get in with a very small stop if you wanted to. So you could get in, look for 310 pips, and like 15 pips stop. Yeah, that's ADJPY. So you could get a buy like that. Have what? 1 to 20 risk to reward. And if that fails, then you're only losing 15 pips, and then you wait for it to come to the zone, and then you take your buy again here. So yeah, ADJPY is nice. So yeah, let's just wait for our confirmation, and then we'll enter. I just want to see if it breaks this trend line. If it does break this trend line, then the buy is not valid. Yeah, I think it's better to wait for. I don't think you should take a buy now unless market changes like drastic. Unless we got like a unless we get like a drastic change in the markets. If we do break out, if we do have a bullish candle, then you could enter. Then, but for now, don't enter just based on the that way. Yeah, basically don't enter based on this. Once you have a bullish candle, ignoring this, like if you start having bullish candles, you can enter and buy on the way up. If not, then I'm looking for buys from this level here. So 81.8. Looking for buys. So yeah, that's ADD, JPY, CAD JPY, buys and sells if we fail. And yeah, so we did all the pound pairs, all the euro pairs, all the USD pairs, and a couple extra JPY pairs on top of the ones that we did for British pound and euro and USD. Yeah, so that's the end of this week's live analysis. I'm gonna post this video on YouTube straight after, so everyone can rewatch it on there and you can listen to it again if you like. And these setups are the setups we're going to be waiting for this week. Once we get our confirmations, we're going to send out entries, explanations, and take the trades. And yeah, have a good week. I hope everyone else has a good week. And I'll see you next week, same time, 1:30 for next week's webinar as well. So I hope everyone has a good week, trading week, and take care.